Okay, so I think today's gonna be pretty quick because we've got some chia vanilla cinnamon chia pudding parfaits. And then we've got a marinated salmon to stick on the grill. So the marinade takes roughly 20 to 60 minutes, however you're gonna do it. And then a corn salad. So we're gonna start with the parfait and then we'll go into corn salad and then we'll make the salmon marinade. Is anybody doing something other than salmon?
We are doing a full-on turkey Thanksgiving dinner tonight.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Wow.
I know, it's kind of weird. We've always said we wanted to have like a Thanksgiving dinner in the summer, and we had a frozen. And I think Deanna, you said something about you
We just
smoked a
did one on the
turkey.
Traegers a couple days ago. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was telling Jesse that you guys were smoking that, and he's like, "Why don't we just make our turkey?" I'm like, "Fine, let's get out of the freezer. Let's go." So,
How heavy or what's the weight?
I think it's probably about 13 pounds. It's not super
Perfect.
big.
5 hours.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Cool. Yes.
Yeah,
So
it was good. It was it stayed pretty moist, but it was really great for sandwiches. Like,
yeah,
we're not huge fans of turkey in general because of the dryness and just how
yeah,
kind of funky, but yeah. And it turned out well.
Good. Yeah, I think we're gonna like shred it and kind of make it like a pulled chicken too.
Yeah, perfect.
Because yeah, we're the same. We don't like it dry either. So
yeah, that'll be great. Delicious. And you can use the bones for making stock.
Noted. Thanks.
You're welcome. All right, so let's start with the parfait. I actually have vanilla on hand, which a lot of times I don't. And I have strawberries on hand because they just came out. So all the local strawberries. So with this one, we're gonna make it, and then the base, which is just the Shakeology chia and cinnamon and the almond milk. I'm gonna use a milkadamia milk. We're gonna let that sit for at least an hour or overnight. So however, if you want to have it for breakfast, I'm actually gonna have it as a snack later. So I'll probably have it afternoon wise with some Greek yogurt. This comes out to 1.5 reds. I believe a half purple, half yellow if you're adding granola. And then the orange is the chia seeds, and the teaspoon is the milk, the almond milk. So if you, I noted in our, whatever, the recipes, whatever I sent out with the recipes, that, if you wanted to squish up a beach bar, like the almond crunch would be really good with this one. I don't know how the mint, you'd have to, I don't know how that one would be. And the peanut butter too. I think the almond crunch would probably be your best option. But good to do that. And then if you saw Autumn's reel, she just takes the wrapper of a beach bar. This week she did that, takes the wrapper of a beach bar. You can either pour in like a type of more liquidy yogurt or a coconut milk right into that container, stick a popsicle stick in it. Obviously stick it upright in the freezer, let it fully freeze, and then you can just take it right out of your wrapper.
Sounds delicious.
I know, I'll have to try that. We're supposed to be 90 degrees on Tuesday, so I'll have to try it then.
Nice.
Have a nice, cool, refreshing treat.
Sounds perfect.
Today I'm going to remember to video the things.
So if you didn't want to add your Shakeology to this, because that way you don't lose.
You could do it later. It's going to be loose. The pudding will be more loose. And then when you add it in, I don't know how well it will firm then. Because you know that the Shakeology has something in it that helps it also kind of thicken a little bit.
Yeah. I guess I'll just.
So you could potentially do less or just risk it, I guess. I don't know. So, and like I mentioned before too, there's, you know, you could do this with so many different flavors and combinations, and we've done another version of this before. Oh, got my phone. The full teaspoon of cinnamon scared me a little bit, so I only did a half.
That does seem like a lot for
Doesn't
one
it?
serving.
For
Yes.
one
That's
cup of
like-
liquid.
Very lot.
Yeah, that seems very aggressive. That would be a
That's what
lot
I
of
felt like
cinnamon.
too. Yeah,
I mean, and I like cinnamon, but that does seem like a
seems a little aggressive. So I just use my Pyrex that has a lid with it, so I can then just go right to the fridge, and then I'll layer on my yogurt and berries with that. And then we wait.
No, we're not going in there, sweetie. Yeah, come on, move out of the way. Come on, trying to don't yeah, silly.
Okay, now the corn. Does anybody need this recipe anymore? Okay. Are you good, Lily?
Yeah, I had to go find my cookies and creamy, so I'm good, but I have the recipe. So
Perfect. On this corn thing, I'm kind of feeling lazy in terms of you know, covering the grill and turning it on just for this corn. So I think I'm just gonna, because it has you boil it first for just a little bit, and then go through and then do a char. And I can probably do a char on my gas stove, or I'm just gonna throw it in a cast iron with the onion, because I like to have the onion caramelized a little bit too. So I think I'll just boil and then do that, something in there. I think it even has it in here if you have either frozen I can't remember. I thought there was a note about if you had frozen, but you could just sear it in like a cast iron if you have frozen corn instead of fresh. So on this one, like personally, I like to kind of hide in some other, not necessarily hide, but add in some other veggies because I know I'm going to like the corn and the feta and stuff like that, but it'd be really easy just to add like some bell pepper and some grape tomatoes, like as you're right before you serve it. You don't necessarily want to cook those in, but just to add them right in. And I have a bunch of arugula, so I was going to add some chopped up arugula, and then you're getting all that flavor, but then it's not just a yellow, or it's not just corn, right? You're getting a more diverse set of plants in there.
Get down.
Are the kitties up there?
Yes, and they
They're
know
like, Deanna's on. We know her cat gets to go on the counter.
they really just she just looked at me as I squirted her in the face with water like 4 times.
Aluminum foil.
Yeah,
Clearly
that
that
does
work.
actually work. Aluminum foil does work.
Aluminum foil, they do not like how it feels underneath their feet. If you
Okay.
put it up there, you will train them very fast.
It is
Perfect.
also annoying for humans though, too, because any kind of
Yes.
air that goes by it makes a sound.
That's true.
Yes.
That's
Yes. But it's short-lived because they get the picture and then they're like, oh, I don't want that again.
All right, I'll try that.
Our
Yeah.
cats have to have a higher elevation to escape crazy timber, so
Yes.
we allow it.
Their own room right now. They're fine. They don't need.
Okay, let's see. I'm gonna do tomatoes. Cut up some onion to put in the skillet. The other, I was just thinking about this because this one calls for feta, but cotija would be a really good cheese with us too. And that's actually what they put on Mexican street corn.
Yes,
So
I've
if you
I've
wanted,
had it a couple times this week.
yeah. And you could even
Okay.
add like looking at this recipe, instead of the apple cider vinegar, you could add a little lime juice and then go with a little cumin and chili powder in it. And it would make it even more like Mexican street corn type.
Mhm.
I'm gonna use my toaster oven for my corn.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Roast it.
I could use that. I could use the broil setting, huh?
Yeah,
Mhm.
not quite the same way with the char marks, I think, but
Yeah.
still be good.
And there's like a trick. Well, so the trick is if you have a bundt pan and you're, cutting the corn off, you put the corn cob, there's knobs, and in a bundt pan there's a hole in the top, so you can stick it in there and then you can use that and then cut down, and then obviously all the corn falls into the bundt pan. But there's also another, like you can just do like a bowl on top, like you do like a small bowl in a wide bowl type factor, and it kind of creates that same look. Then it's just not quite as stable as a bundt pan. So if you're having a hard time cutting your corn,
Gotcha.
keeping it in check. I don't think I have a bundt pan anymore. I did. We used to make a lot of monkey bread, but I haven't made that in a long time.
Yeah, monkey bread is so good.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, we haven't made it in forever either.
Next meal prep class.
I don't think so. I don't know that that's going to be on anybody's plan.
Plan.
It'd just be like a whole bunch of yellows and blues or teaspoons.
Right, exactly. A lot. A teaspoon size of monkey bread. That will be your yellow, your yellows and your teaspoons for the day.
That'll be like a less than a first date, and you don't get any second or third dates.
Right.
Well, and I don't know how you made it, Bev, but we used to make it with like pudding mix.
Oh, no, I
Yeah.
never made it with that.
With butter,
No,
pudding mix and brown sugar and a whole lot of butter.
we did it like, you mean with the biscuits?
Yeah, so it's like you lay them all, you do like we did like Rhodes rolls, frozen, and then you'd put them in frozen that night, and then you'd pour this pudding mix, and then you'd pour this melted butter mix, and so it all kind of gooped together, and then overnight it would thaw, and then in the morning you'd bake it and everything would rise. And
Wow. Yeah, no, ours was just like like cinnamon, sugar, butter. It ended up being like syrup,
yeah,
a buttery syrup mixture that you just would pour over the rolls, the rolls that you would I think you could even do it with biscuits too. And you would just cut them and then you
yep,
put
I've
them
done it
in
with
and
biscuits
then
before too. Yeah, like the grands, and then you cut them in quarters. Yeah.
yep. Yep. So you can tell how long ago that was that I did that. Since I've been gluten free for 8 years and Jacob's been gluten free for, well, let's see, he's 17, 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we haven't done it in a long time, but it was good.
Now I just make homemade cinnamon rolls from scratch.
Yeah.
Yum.
Yep. I made ones during shutdown that were pretty huge.
And I've done them with half whole wheat flour too. And I thought they were just as good.
Oh yeah. That was my initial swap years ago before we ended up going gluten-free was switching over to whole wheat flours.
Yeah.
And that was a pretty easy transition.
It is like, it's funny now because my kids, when they make, chocolate chip cookies, or they used to make them a fair amount. And
Mhm.
I got them used to just having, half whole wheat, half regular flour all the time. So that's what
Mhm.
they, preferred. And it was great.
Mhm. Did you ever do spelt flour? I use spelt flour a lot.
I did use it when I was making bread early on, but
Yeah.
I haven't used it lately.
Yeah, I used to use that. It didn't go great for cakes. I will say that.
Oh yeah,
But other things,
drier,
other
isn't
things,
it?
yeah. Yep. It ended up making a more mealy cake.
Oh yep. And that's
So it
kind
was
of why
almost
I
like you,
only would use half whole wheat, because things would be a little drier.
Mm.
And
I made
if you're watching the recording, another great reason for whole wheat is just because it's so much fiber, and you stay full
Yes.
longer. So it's not like you're just down in these cookies. You actually get full from them.
yeah.
Right.
I
Yes.
made homemade cinnamon rolls for Mason's birthday.
Yeah.
Like probably years ago, because I'm like, I'm gonna make him healthy. I didn't really make him healthy. I just made him homemade. And he's like, can you just make the Pillsbury ones again? Like, don't do that. Thanks, buddy. You're
That's
welcome.
funny.
Sorry, I ruined your birthday breakfast.
It's funny.
Well, just try the I don't know which recipe you tried, but try the Pioneer Woman recipe. Like, I've never had anyone not love it.
Yeah, maybe I'll try that.
Okay, so my corn just boiled for 4 minutes. And now I'm gonna get this skillet hot. And I'll probably put the corn in first. And then I'll add my onion and let them all kind of char up together. Let's see, do I have any of those darn corn holders? It's been a long time since we've eaten corn in this house.
Can you guys find organic corn on the cob? I can find bagged organic corn, but I can't find corn on the cob that's organic near me.
I'll be honest, I haven't looked. I'm not sure. This one would have been in the conventional section that I grabbed it,
Mhm.
but I didn't even look over in the organic.
Yeah, it's not a readily available thing here in Missouri.
We have lots of organic corn, but not this time of year. We're very limited this time of year.
Interesting.
Yeah, this is not corn season for us.
Everything we get right now is from California. So we get whatever California has, basically. That's our option.
Yeah, I don't think we have any organic corn farmers locally.
And it was $1.50 a corn.
For organic or just
Wow.
for regular?
No, just regular.
Oh, mine was 70 cents in here.
No, well, okay. I go to this little market right in town instead of going to Safeway or Whole Foods or somewhere else. And so that was what my price was to pay for the convenience of going to the little market here in town
Right, for not paying for the gas to go to the other one.
and the time. Yeah.
Well, and
exactly.
you're supporting a local business versus a conglomerate too.
Yes, exactly. And they always have really good produce, and they do, like, they have um asparagus from Eastern Washington right now, and it's delicious. It's like so yummy. It's just amazing. So good.
Mm.
And yeah. So
Nice.
try to support them.
This corn is good. I'm impressed. Might not make it to the pan here pretty soon. That's how I used to shuck my grandma's peas. One for me, one for the bowl. And I forgot to grab cilantro too. So I'm probably, since I'm doing feta in this, I have some fresh oregano and I have fresh parsley. So I may do just a touch of oregano, some fresh parsley, kind of go that route versus going more of a Mexican flavor. And then I've added, I've got peppers and tomatoes in a bowl. So I'm gonna just kind of quick sear this corn. Crank it up here. And then I'll load all that together. So I would say, you know, the amount I put it, oh, actually I was gonna do arugula too. I'll do some arugula too. So then that'll probably get me close to like a green to maybe a yellow ratio. Anybody never had arugula?
I love arugula.
Yeah, it's got a nice peppery,
Mm.
it's a totally different flavor profile. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I got one of those lettuce plants again. Like it's like a mixture of greens and then of course your normal salad mix in there. And my mom and I were just like sampling the little greens. And we're like, that one's spicy. It was really, but it wasn't arugula. I have no idea what it was, but it was something different and it was a little spicy. So I
Yeah.
don't know. It was interesting.
You should have taken a picture. We could have tried to figure it out so that we could have some
send it to the
spicy.
nutrition chat. We can
Yeah,
play what's that lettuce leaf?
yeah, really.
I will do that.
And then maybe it's endive or endive, depending on how
Oh,
you
yeah.
want to say it,
I
right?
don't know. Are those usually spicy?
No, they're not, but I just want to say
I'm
it.
like, yes, I don't even know. Yeah, I'm like, I don't know how to say that. Endive. Endive.
Well, we've been
If your Martha
rephrasing
Stewart- If you're Martha
our
Stewart,
brioche
it's
buns.
different.
Yeah.
We've
What?
our brioche buns. We've been working on saying brioche, and it's
Yeah,
hard for
brioche.
us.
So what were you saying before? Brioche?
Brioche.
I love it.
Target, Target, whatever.
Yeah, we did say
Brioche.
Tarjay back in the Midwest. Nobody says that here. People look at me funny.
Well, I mean, their symbol is a target, so you'd think you would know what it was, but here we are.
That was back, we said it back when Tarjay was like Walmart. But now
Yeah.
Tarjay is its own like cult following, right?
Right, right.
It's cool.
We will call it Tarjay just to be funny, but
Yeah.
we don't actually call it Tarjay.
All right. Let me toss this corn one more time and then move on to salmon. Oh, I should video that first. All these videos are going to be mixed in today. Like I'm doing them out of order.
You like a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
It works.
Oh, I think I should have done more onion. Okay, we'll let that cool. Okay. Have that with my salmon later. I'm gonna make my salmon for dinner tonight, so mine's gonna marinate a little longer. Okay. Anybody else need the corn recipe for right now? We're moving along?
Good.
Okay. Let's go to the grilled salmon. I see this recipe all the time when I'm doing meal planning. And I finally am just like, I just need to do it. Because it always sounds so good. And then I come up with something else. So super simple marinade, but I think it's gonna be really tasty with the salmon, especially that kind of orange flavor. And this one, I have a shallow glass pan. So I'm gonna I always buy salmon that's skin on because I like to sear it at a high temperature on the skin. And then so I'm gonna put these skin side up so that it's, the marinade's getting into the fillet. And then I'm going to let it start cooking so it kind of gets a nice sear on the bottom and gets going. And then it talks about brushing it again while it's cooking with the marinade. So I think if you're on a grill, that'll be great. If you're in a frying pan, I'd probably let it start frying hard first and then start, kind of doing the marinade toward the end. Just because then otherwise it's just going to be kind of a soggy mess. Or if you're broiling, you can totally also brush it as it's instructed. And just so note, this is 4 6-ounce fillets, which is technically 1.5 red. So 4 ounce is considered a serving with salmon. And so, if you're if you're really only need a red, you'll just want to watch your serving size.
The question I always hear is it 4 ounces before or after you cook it?
Yeah, this one is saying 6 ounces raw.
Yeah.
And that is a good question because I think that, yeah.
Well, yeah, a lot of meats you cook out a lot of liquid, and then it's like
Yeah.
if you start with 4 ounces of a piece of fish, by the time you're done, you've got a lot less.
Yes, exactly. This 2 tablespoons should be roughly like a half a lemon squeezed. I just did some real MacGyver stuff there. My my honey is crystallized because
Oh,
David's uncle, and it just, I don't know why, but it always crystallizes. So then it's like it was stuck in my spoon, so I turned on my gas stove and heated up the bottom of the teaspoon so it would come out. So I could take the video at the same time.
there you go.
Well, I'm not finding our chili powder. I have a green chili powder. Maybe I'll just use that. This marinade's taking a lot longer than it should. Like, I think I mentioned how simple it was, right? And then I'm like having a hard time finding it. Okay. Oh, cumin. Okay. Okay, so we had salmon on sale, so I just got like a big fillet, and then I'm just gonna portion out what I need now and throw the rest in the freezer. And I would imagine most butcher places, like they always use this kind of paper stuff, so I reuse this in this Ziploc bag to then keep them from touching each other, so then I can just take out like a single fillet at a time if I want it. And then now is a good chance to kind of feel through here too and see if there's any big bones that, didn't quite make it out. They actually did a pretty good job on this one. Most of the time we end up finding a few. And if you're doing this too, obviously you could weigh, weigh your portions so that you're getting what you need. Okay, then I'm just gonna, so I've got my salmon in the dish. It actually is the perfect amount of liquid with 4 fillets in there to get all the way up to the skin. And so I'm gonna let that sit for 5-ish hours at my house. Hopefully that's fine. We'll find out, right?
It may just expedite your cooking time
It may, yep. It may almost make
with
it like a little
citrus.
crispy. Yeah, with the sweet,
Mhm.
with the citrus. I don't know if there's enough lemon in there or not.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if the orange juice is acidic enough to make it.
All right, and then let's see where my corn temperature is here. Oh, that's good. Let's pour the corn in. And I'm gonna crumble some feta, get that in there. Okay, and I'm gonna grab some parsley. It's gonna be like a rainbow salad. All right, how's everybody doing? Are you kind of wrapping up? Oh, my parsley is really light colored. Almost looks variegated instead of regular dark green. I think that plant's on its way out. I just put a new one in and it knows its time it's limited.
My corn is yummy, by the way.
Oh, good.
It turned out nice and crispy, delicious.
Perfect. And how long did you broil it?
About 20 minutes. I didn't broil it. I air fried it though.
Oh, okay.
So I used the air fryer.
Air fryer setting.
Yeah.
All right, here's what my whole salad's looking like. Got tomatoes, orange peppers, corn, arugula, feta, salt, pepper, oregano, parsley. Oh, that's pretty good. And regular onion.
I think I'm gonna add my sweet kale mix to it.
Oh yeah.
That I get from Costco, this one.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'll add that mix to it.
Perfect.
That'll make it more of a green for me too.
Yeah, it's pretty good. That corn is sweet. All right, well, record time, less than an hour. All right. Does anybody need this salmon recipe up?
No.
Okay. Well, then I think I can stop recording here. Trying to think. Oh, I should look and see when the next meal prep. Because I think we're gonna, well, let's see here. There's a holiday.
The second is the Sunday.
Yeah,
Well,
but I wonder if a lot of people will be gone. So I wonder if we do it the 9th. That's not, okay, 9th.
Yeah.
I might be, that's Piper's birthday, so we'll
Okay.
see.
We'll make a cake for her.
Don't plan around me.
Got it. Okay, we'll plan for July 9th.
July 9th. I'll write it down.
Perfect.